Good day. Good day and ohayo gozaimasu. My name is Jeremy, or Kurenai. Welcome to Emblem Tactics, where we learn to be a better tactician in life or in games, but in this case, Fire Emblem If, or Fates for the North American release. Basically, I'm just trying to start with this intro video for a history of tactical RPGs, as well as the reason of like why would I want to make another series when there's so many game content and so much stuff online. Well, first of all, I have a love of tactical RPGs. I played Mario when I was a kid, when I first grew up, when I was maybe like when it first came out. But I wasn't really good without any older friends or parents to play with. I never really got good at Mario, and I think maybe that carries through because I'm still not very good at those games. I started with Gemfire, or Royal Blood, Royal Blood on the Nintendo Famicom systems, which was released in 1992. I watched my dad play and I was really intrigued, and I got good at the numbers as a 6-year-old boy. I guess I got into fantasy and the better reading and so on, and I was able to clear the game by myself by age 7 or so. Looking back, it was a pretty easy game if you know what to avoid. The gems and birthstones are pretty awesome. You can kind of see like the all the territories, and that's like the main screen of the game. You got your gold, your stuff. The actual fighting gameplay inside the game looked kind of like this, where you have a defender and you have an attacker and you have a special unit. The special unit is either your gemstone or some monster that you recruited. In this case, you can see the past or something. Of course, then there was Shining Force on the Sega Genesis. This is the Japanese cover, and it was like the first time I really enjoyed a game. Mainly not just, it was like the biggest memory of mine. I love this game. Not only did it have a great battle mechanics, but it also had some old school Western European medieval art mixed with the Japanese animation and cute characters, right? It was also totally doable and phenomenally enjoyable with no guide. As you can see, like the colors are really vibrant. You got like, traitor, you've betrayed. It had this elements of the RPG as well, the tactical. There were secrets, special characters and items, and such and so on. It wasn't until high school that I got better with computer, that I had internet on the 56K modem, that I learned of Fire Emblem. Immediately I played it on the emulator on the Japanese Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem 7th series wasn't released until like the 7th series wasn't released in North America. I played lots of other games like Front Mission, what is it called, like Ogre Battle, and yeah, like basically I want to share with you the love of not only the tactics, but like not just the gameplay, but the actual in the game, what happens, the thought process and everything else. I feel there's a lot of content on the internet today, but the educational value and the enjoyment value of the content doesn't always align the same, and the quality doesn't follow any standards. Everyone's free to do whatever they want. So why do I want to do this? I want to share with you the joy of tactical RPGs. I like beginners and veteran to enjoy the content, but especially if you are a person who kind of sees the picture for this kind of Japanese release Fire Emblem game, I want to share with you it's kind of a hot game, but you want to know more before buying it in the future. This series is for you. I don't want to just show you the gameplay. I want to try and give you the thought process behind the strategies, and then kind of like Sun Tzu, the art of war. This kind of like Fire Emblem, the art of tactics. It's not like that crazy, but like. The Fire Emblem If, or Fates, is the 14th game in the Fire Emblem series, not counting the remakes. It is beautifully crafted in both the art, story, and the potential for tactics, especially the strategy in the Lunatic version. Sometimes a game can seem too easy, or Fire Emblem games and strategy games, it can seem too easy because you just find a way to abuse the AI and you're overpowered, and then you can just if you're a Fire Emblem veteran, you know that if you build a really strong group of characters, you can kind of destroy the enemy in the late game. Fire Emblem If is pretty impressive because the tactical element of the game is really, really in there. Like in Lunatic, in previous games, all they did was increase the enemy, just increase the numbers, increase the stats, and increase the amount of enemies. In that case, you don't really get a difficult strategy, like a difficult feeling. Looking at this, kind of want to see, like, it's actually really amazing where you go from kind of like the old gameplay like this to like this, and how do we get to this? In terms of resources, if you're interested and you want to read more about it, I'll link some resources first. Serenes Forest is the go-to site. Just open it up for you guys here. Serenes Forest is the go-to site right here. You see here's his Fire Emblem Fates. On the main site, you can see that there's, first look at there's like news. Another site that's really, really useful, my friend recommended me because he doesn't read Japanese and he wants to play the game, is here's a site called Kantopia, and it has a lot of the translations of the Fire Emblem and lots of stuff going on. Be careful of spoilers. I recommend that if you have the game, I recommend you play each. I recommend that you play each level through before you actually watch these videos. Yeah, I'm completely new to video creation, but if you comment on what you guys want to see and help me gauge what kind of demand there is for educational, tactical gaming content, I'll do my best. I have limited time, I have a full-time job and responsibility to my family, so I need some time for myself to play the game too and enjoy it. Here's how the setup will look like. Give me any input if you want. It sounds like this. Hopefully I can give you something that's enjoyable. Okay, so subscribe for lots of content, fastest updates in the future, and like the video if you would like to see more content. Thank you very much and have a great day.